Yeah, hopefully when we bring this to them, it's like they can help us figure out what's actually going on.
I hope so.
Alright. So, you head out.
Yeet.
You head out into the inner city of Directian, and you're heading towards the nearest apothecary. And it happens to be in Brushtown, which is the poorest area of Directian.
Ooh. Okay.
So, yes. Roll perception. Actually, I can...
We better not get pickpocketed.
That's all of us doing perception?
Yes.
I do have a high thief check. Maybe I can pickpocket right back. Oh. Ooh!
Not turn. Also, I guarantee you don't have a thievery higher than Hoshimi.
Probably not.
So, yes, Sybil, you notice that a lot of people are kind of watching you three. Like, with great... It's, some of them have never seen...
4!
Sorry, 4.
4!
So, it's like a lot... Yeah, they're noticing how different... It's clear that they seem to notice how different all of you are. And you notice that there are a lot of drow in this part of the city.
Yeah.
You also see a signpost for an apothecary building.
Oh, this must be the place.
This is not a sensation I ever wish to revisit.
Well, it's for the mission, so...
So yes, as you walk into the apothecary, you see this drow woman, and she's a thin and wiry woman with piercing red eyes. She's dressed in this tattered black robe, and she keeps her long white hair tied back in a tight braid. She looks at you with half-lidded eyes. Welcome to Zelna's apothecary. How can I help you?
Hoshimi, nudges Flint forward.
Well, we're sort of here on official business. As long as it's not, private or anything. Have you made any... Has there been any drow poisons made on this premises by any chance?
Not in this premises, no. A lot of ingredients have gone missing that would make them, though.
Gone missing?
Yes. This is the strangest thing. When I came into my shop today, many of my alchemical ingredients were missing, but there was also a bag of gold on the desk that paid for the stock and then some.
Wow, so no thievery, just business without your official...
Without interaction.
Yeah.
So that's what we call a no-contact purchase.
Indeed. I must confess I feel a little violated, but at least I still have the money.
Would you mind telling me exactly what was stolen and perhaps the recipe for the poison? We need some information here.
So that's gonna be a diplomacy check to make a request.
Okie doke. Oh boy, come on. Come on, Flint.
If he flops this, I've got an idea that I'm gonna do.
Let's see if he can be as good as his dad. Hey!
Hey, not bad.
Not
Not
bad.
So,
This is not like
Honest-
32 like Ivan would have rolled, but pretty good.
I mean, given how broken 3.5 was.
Yeah.
oh yeah, his utterly broken diplomacy score.
Even a nat 1 was higher than a 20.
Yeah. So she's looking down at you. Ah, you seem to be a member fellow of the trade. I suppose I can trust you with this information.
Thank you so much.
Right. Well, it was the thing about drow poison is that it requires quite a few different ingredients, plants in the proper proportion, plants and a few household chemicals in the proper proportion.
Mm-hmm.
And usually only a little bit, whether ingested or injected, will make one fall asleep. But I'm not entirely sure. It's just that the amount of ingredients that was stolen from me, it was probably enough to tranquilize an elephant.
Well, I don't know if I could give you all the classified information we picked up, but let's just say a large amount is exactly what we found.
I see. So are you all private investigators or something?
More like adventurers investigating private matters.
Yeah.
Ah, well, it's strange. I was paid, but actually, you know what? I'll let you see this because while I do appreciate the money, it's just I was stolen from, and that's upsetting.
All right.
Definitely understand that feeling. She mutters under her breath in Simajin. I may or may not have caused it in one or two people.
So yes, because you know what you're looking for, I'm not going to ask you to roll for this.
Hey!
Yeah, you already know it. You already know what you're looking for, and Sybil, you find another shadowy wisp.
Oh boy.
No surprise there.
Not at all.
Also, out of character, I was gonna say this. I know we assumed Ivan, like when we first saw the Shadowy Wisp, but leaving extra money and for taking the ingredients is exactly something he would do.
It really is.
Well, I figure I should be on the watch wherever I go throughout this city to see if I can pick up any more of these wisps wherever we're traveling, just so you're aware.
Yes. Alrighty.
Well, don't we have a lovely pattern?
Yeah, I believe yeah. What? Yeah, Nova would call this a calling card. All right, so. Hey, do you think you could maybe? So I guess we just got to start looking around for more of these wisps.
I guess.
I got enough dye to last us a lifetime, so let's start scoping the area.
It's still a pretty generic lead, but it's something.
All right.
Okay, as they're leaving, Hoshimi, she's going to do this subtly, so I kind of want to roll a thievery check. She's going to try to leave, like 5 gold on the counter without the others seeing.
Also, oh, sorry.
Go for it. Thievery check.
12. Ooh.
Not bad.
Actually, our checks are almost identical. You have a 10, I have a 9.
Oh.
So we're actually pretty close.
So yeah. Let's see if anyone sees you do this. Flint doesn't see. Sybil doesn't see.
If Caius sees, I will laugh my posterior off.
Caius does not see.
Hey! Stealth check 100. Oh, speaking of which, Josh, what do I have to roll to put draw poison in my formula book? Can I do that?
So yeah, I know you can. I'm just trying to figure out what the rules actually are.
Okay, no problem.
Look at how much we are rushing you, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got it. We got a while, bro. To take your time if you need to.
Okay. It'll take you about an hour, but you'll be able to get the ingredients by you'll have to purchase a few ingredients in order to kind of reverse engineer it, but after which you will be able to get the you will be able to copy it into your formula book, and it will round you about 2 gold pieces.
You got it. 2 gold pieces. Okay. So
Alright.
I guess I'll take 2 from my inventory here.
All right.
And let's hang on a second.
All right, and I'm gonna need a crafting check from you.
Okay, that's 2 coins and crafting check. Let's see. Skadoosh.
Oh, hey,
Hey!
bro. Nice to see you.
Yeah.
All right. That is a critical success.
Hey!
So you instead of doing 2, you only pay 1.
Oh, cool. All right.
Nice.
Discount, baby.
It's you knew what you were doing.
Child's play.
All right, so yeah, yes, you were able to copy. Where's the item here? Lethargy poison.
Perfect.
1. I have one of those.
Oh, now we can have more.
Should have just given it to you to reverse engineer.
All right, lethargy poison. I think I have something called looter's lethargy as well. Is one like a smear and one like a weapon?
Let me actually check the difference. Let's actually see the difference here.
Yeah.
Okay, so Looter's Lethargy is...
Like you put it on something.
Yeah, Looter's Lethargy is a contact, and it's commonly smeared on locks, chests, and even valuable items themselves. And Looter's Lethargy, it doesn't make anyone unconscious, but it does make them, make them loopy.
Got it. Okay, so one kind of confuses them and one makes them sleepy.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Ugh.
All right, so while Flint is copying things down, while Flint is having to make this, this formula, he's copying everything down into his formula book. That's going to leave it to the rest of you to be pasting the forensic dye everywhere and trying to find things.
Yep. An artist does not trust his brush with just anyone.
Voice is so bitter.
How's in that one sounds? Aww.
The best part of that is the sound effect that voice has for his nat ones.
I don't know why he did that to himself.
What was the sound effect?
Whap, whap, whap.
I don't know why you do that to yourself, voice, especially if it's gonna be in a dramatic moment. But okay, if that's what makes you happy, then I will not judge out loud. But yes, trying to follow how Flint did his little forensic dye thing, you kind of tracking the source to what appears to be a local temple.
Ooh.
Come on, again with the temples. Why do we keep ending up at temples?
Yes.
Wait a minute.
And in front of the temple, you see two drow women fighting in the street.
Oh gosh.
Pulling hair. And
Okay, there's about to be a fight in this call. Finn! Bus! Just stop! Please!
Hey, it was there.
yes. There are two drow women.
Sorry.
They're pulling hair, kicking. Clearly not trained fighters. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of growling, and there are a couple. There are quite a few people who are just kind of observing it going on.
Wait,
I have a question. Wait, I have a question. Can I use bullhorn to amplify a whistle that Hoshimi makes?
Yes.
Okay.
That could be handy.
She's gonna do this and give a shrill whistle to, like, break them up.
If that doesn't work, I could do a dragon roar probably.
Okay, roll an intimidation check, Hoshimi.
What's your modifier?
No good.
Can I roll 2 for helping?
Yeah.
I might be able to do something.
All right.
If we're doing intimidation anyway.
Ooh, I got the same. Actually, I got worse. Come on, Sybil.
So yeah. So Sybil, what are you gonna do?
Yes. Ah, same thing. Oh wait, actually no, wait.
Wait!
Wow, you got a good check.
Yeah.
It's
Dang.
natural.
Okay. You're an expert in. Okay.
Yep.
I see you, Doc. I see you.
So Flint, you kind of shout at them to try and break it up. Hoshimi, you kind of like whistle very loud to try and break them up, and all that has really done is just kind of turn some heads your way. Sybil, what are you doing?
You two seem to be having such a lovely time. I would hate to interrupt things.
So the two.
Are you like this?
The two kind of have like grabbed each other and kind of like frozen as they see this dark little goblin just staring at them with a slightly threatening smile. Yeah, and the crowd is beginning to disperse a little bit. They're like, a couple of them are muttering. It's just like, oh no, this is bad. A couple of them are saying like, this is bad luck. I'm not dealing with this.
Oh, so many people didn't want to have fun today.
And so they just kind of push each other away.
What the hell is going on here?
Sybil's going on.
No, Hoshimi just kind of smashes her hand on Flint's head and just kind of shut him up. What's all this about?
She needs to stop talking about my daughter. She needs to shut up about my son.
Excuse me?
Well, she is slandering my little girl. Well, I've spoken nothing but the truth. You and your snitch of a daughter are the one who's slandering my son. Well, your son is the member of a bigoted group.
Hey, does this really need to be a public event here? Look, let's calm down and talk about this, okay? Look, you guys gathered more people than a freaking street performance, okay? We need to calm down a little bit here. So, what is this child and bigoted group? What could one of you at a time explain what's going on here? Just one at a time.
Fine. My name is Vermosa. My daughter Jalvina has been studying to be a nurse.
Very noble profession. Go on.
She went missing this morning.
Oh.
Oh,
And I have a good idea who's responsible.
Well, when was she last seen?
Last night when I tucked her in.
Ooh.
your daughter's studying to become a nurse, and you know what? No, this is not the time for that sort of thing. How old is your daughter?
She is 19. Look, in this economy, not all of us can be out of the house when we come of age.
Not what I was referring to. I'm not someone who's going to judge someone on their financial situation. I promise.
Mm.
That wasn't what I was thinking. But it genuinely doesn't matter. What about your son? What's all this about?
Yeah, and who's this group that we're talking about here? What's his
I
story?
think I have an idea what group they're talking about, but let's hear her story first.
Look, I know how it looks, but my son Baron, he's a good boy. He doesn't have a lot of people he can look up to.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a bad kid. I swear. It's just he doesn't have a lot of friends, and the only place that he was able to meet other people is at the Lothalor meetings.
I had a feeling that's where you were going with that. How old's your son?
He's 16.
Much more easily influenced. So, you two claim that you and your children have been spreading rumors about each other?
The First Lady pipes up. Well, yes. What she neglected to mention is that her son is a pickpocket. And she's stolen from guards. And my wonderful daughter has been telling the guards like a good, honest citizen.
Right.
Is
So
it
do
true
you-
that he
so-
picks pockets?
What?
Just out of curiosity. Is it true that he picks pockets? Just out of curiosity.
He only takes what we need to survive.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
I want him to stop. I want him to stop stealing. It's like he's a bright boy. He's good at what he does. I think he could even join the guard, but it's just I just wish he would stop. I wish he really would stop stealing. That doesn't give you the right to be a snitch about it. We're only doing it. They're about to. You can tell that they're about to get into another argument.
Okay.
Hey,
Stop. We're not getting back into a fight again. Okay.
Fine.
That is like the third time I've talked over you, Finn. What were you about to say?
That's okay. No, I was just gonna keep them from fighting. I was saying we're starting to make progress. Let's not start this again.
It's just people who join this group, the Wolves of the Lord, they're not all the same. They're filled with many different kinds of people who join for different reasons. I mean, yes, some are truly bad eggs, but some just have had bad education. Some just want to stop being treated like garbage just because of how they were born. Some go just because their friends and family go and it's a place to socialize, but I guess the only thing everyone who joins that group really has in common is that they don't know any better.
It's another case of people putting labels on groups simply because of a few bad eggs. I've seen that before.
Yeah, you hear the other lady mutter under her breath. Yeah, it just sounds like an excuse.
Hey.
Hey! We're trying to be as fair as possible here, okay?
I have a question for you.
Yes?
When your daughter went missing, did you report it to the guard?
Yes.
Have you heard anything from them?
It was this morning, and they said that they would figure it out.
Okay.
It's hard to...
There's-
But given how,
That's
but
alright.
given how a lot of people view Drow, it's not hard to believe that... Sometimes it's hard to feel that we're being taken seriously.
Well, there's no use jumping to conclusions until we have some actual investigative evidence on what's going on here, wouldn't you say?
And in the meanwhile, I don't think it's going to serve anyone any good for you to just go around jumping down the throat of someone who you think maybe might have said something instead of trying to figure out what actually happened to your child. Don't you agree?
Yeah. If mild suspicion is all you have to go off of, there's no use making conclusions right away.
But who else could have done it? She and her son have motive.
They might not have been the only ones with motive.
That's a very light motive to begin with.
Yeah.
Why would they make someone disappear for telling about pickpocketing? What purpose would it serve? And aside that, it doesn't sound like this family has... Forgive me, ma'am, but it doesn't sound like this family has a lot to spare on asking someone else to make them disappear, so...
We've been doing a lot of investigating and research, and it's led to a lot of confusing what could have happened, and we don't want you to come to some conclusion based on some small suspicions, so... Do you have any kind of leads on who might have done this, aside from just assumption?
I think we could say she doesn't.
No, I don't. She's the only lead I have.
You said your daughter is studying to become a nurse. Where does she study?
She studies at the Phoenix Tier Hospital.
Why do we keep winding up circling back to the hospital?
It's calling to me.
Look, it's... Being a doctor, especially nowadays, is a lucrative profession. So we're hoping that with the money that she could get from this, we could move out of this part of town.
That's understandable.
Your son, aside from this apparent pickpocketing and hanging out with the wrong group, does he do anything in particular?
Well, no. I mean, he speaks with... It's like we oftentimes talk at our house, but it's been hard to keep a handle on him because Yeah, you know how boys are when they don't have fathers.
I'm sorry to hear that.
My condolences, ma'am.
I try very hard. It's... But either he's saying it, he's either with his friends, or he's with me, or he's stealing.
What does he look like?
Well, he's a rather handsome boy. He's got very long white hair. His eyes are he's very skinny, a very dexterous build.
Okay.
And what does your daughter look like?
Oh, she likes to dress in very as good a clothes as she can. She takes very good care of her hair. She has a very lovely smile, and she has the most gorgeous blue eyes.
Blue eyes.
Not used to hearing about blue eyes on a drow. That's rather unique.
Well, the culture has changed. It's race mixing is no longer frowned upon.
Ah. I think that should help. I think. Well, what do you guys think? Should we?
I have one more question. Does your daughter have any particular friends or enemies at school that we should maybe speak to?
I don't think so. It's No, it's like my child is very much a golden student. I mean, she's not particularly the brightest student, but she's very thorough. She does her work, and she triple checks. So her good grades are more from studiousness rather than actual intelligence.
Well, work ethic can take you farther than you'd think, but neither here nor there.
Well, I think we at least have a few leads to go off of and a few places we can investigate further to find out what's going on here.
Yes.
But in the meantime, both of you try to stay as calm as possible. And if the guards do update you on any sort of case involving the disappearance, then could you tell us about it?
Yes, I suppose we can. They just they're still glaring at each other.
Being pissy with each other won't help your kids, now will it?
They just kind of turn away from each other and huff.
And Flynn thinks back to the little tea party they had before. Where's a cup of tea when you need it?
We'll let you know if we find anything.
Very well.
Just try not to get into fights with each other again.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. They shoot each other one last death glare before walking away from each other.
That's close enough.
Well, it's not like we were going to wave a magic wand and suddenly form a friendship.
Dad knew a song that could do that.
That's lovely, but your dad's not here.
Yeah. Hoshimi, you get a message from Yuto.
Okay.
The message from Yuto is that the other group is back in the city.
Huh. Sounds like the others came back into the city. Oh, I'm sorry. Guys, you two and I have a means of communicating that don't require us to be near each other.
Yeah. Who? Oh, that. Oh, right. Huh. Yeah, it's yeah, I know that spell. It's what is it? Yeah, Abigail uses it. Nova's used it as well. Yeah, it's like a yeah, it's a very common. Yeah, it's a very common ability.
Okay. Okay, out of character, I forgot what we came here for.
Well, we came here for the apothecary and the
You were
We were at the apothecary.
Yeah, you were at the
Yeah.
apothecary and you were following the wisp. Yeah, you guys got.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like, wait, what were we here for?
little sidetracked. Yeah, we were following the wisp and it led us to the temple.
I'm not going in there without at least Adrian or Seven here, or at very least Yuto. I can't do it.
A drow walks by you. Probably wouldn't be able to get in there anyway. It's place is kind of closed until further notice.
Huh?
Yeah, apparently some of the clergy people have been getting threats.
Uh-oh.
What's the clergy here? What god or goddess?
Kinione, the Frost Mother.
Oh.
I'm going to roll a religion check.
Yeah, that would probably help. 12.
All right. During the times that you have been around people, all right, that been around, that you've been speaking to people as an information broker, you've picked up this information. Is Kinione, the Frost Mother. All who wish to feel the embrace of family on a cold, lonely night need only recite the poem The Naming of Cats to beseech the Frost Mother Kinione. Traitors and family of deserters may find themselves in an icy tomb, but those seeking a family are more than welcome to join hers. Her household is neat and orderly, but she will not abandon her children, be they family of blood or of the heart.
That's beautiful.
Yes. Her edicts among her clergy are to strengthen the bonds of family, blood or unrelated, and to obey all just orders. What is considered anathema is excommunicating family or something beyond their control, or to shame families of any makeup, or disobeying a just order. Her symbol is that of a pair of dark-colored hands cradling a snowflake.
Oh, that's so strange. Why would anyone threaten clergymen of the Frost Mother?
Apparently because of you didn't hear this from me, but I think it's because of where some of the money has been going.
Please don't say where I think.
Dishonest embezzlement, I'm assuming?
Not really dishonest embezzlement, but you know that college, the DeLong College?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, the history behind that college is that it was named after somebody who it's very recently come to light that the guy who that college was named after was a member of Venom.
Interesting.
Yes. And after being told, it's like a lot of people know about this, and the clergy of this church was told, but they're still continuing to very publicly donate money to this and support this college.
I see. So people are trying to punish them for supporting a school because of the namesake of it.
I mean, I can see where they're coming from. Like, you've been to the Great Disaster Museum, right?
Yeah, we just came from there, actually.
Yeah, one of the exhibits concerning the Kulgos. Oh, I'm sorry. You probably know those as death camps. There are still people alive who are still hurt by that, and having that as a monument, they're not really happy about that.
That's understandable.
Thank you for telling us.
Yeah, you didn't hear it from me, okay?
Don't even know your name, so...
What's the word?
All right. You stay safe around here.
You too.
He walks off.
Unbelievable. Bigotry. Judgment. Just all over the place.
It never stops. Even when peace is assumed between races, that just happens behind the scenes or in really small ways. And people just kind of have to live with it.
Caius is a little floored. Are things really that bad in this part of the city? Yikes.
You'd be surprised how bigoted people can be sometimes.
You are a noble. You've never seen the lower side of life, really, have you?
Well, I have sometimes. It's occasionally I've spoken with Abigail's protege whenever I went to visit her at the college.
Protege?
Oh yeah. His name is Kenzen Andrada. He's a drow, and apparently it was part of a program as part of an outreach program to help lift up some promising talent amongst this area of the city.
Oh.
Say that last name again, I'm sorry.
Andrada.
Okay. Because I... Okay. Inquiry. Would it be about... at about what point would Yuto send her a message about him? Because remember, he was going to do that.
In about, say... half hour.
Okay.
Hey.
Well, if we're not getting in here right now, I'm just fine with headed back to the palace. $10 million things swirling around in my mind all at once.
Welcome to the world of mystery.
It's not even about mystery, Flint.
I wasn't really talking about the case. I was talking about how the world itself is a mystery.
Hashimi mutters some words in her native language. Bye, Ray.
Flint doesn't understand what you said. It's like, see, like right there, that was a mystery. I didn't understand what you said.
You don't want to understand what I said. The thing I said about the lower side of life, you'll pick up some habits when you live in that part of the world. Habits I'm well aware I should break, but right now I couldn't give less of a censored.
I couldn't give less of a says word in native tongue.
No, that one was not in her native tongue. She just said it outright.
Yeah. Hey, when you grow up with certain things, it's really difficult to break them. I can understand that.
Can you?
Yeah.
No, she gives him a kind of evaluating look. And there seems like there's a little judgment in her gaze as she looks at you, but she doesn't say anything else.
Does Foot notice that?
Yes.
And he kind of looks over at her, like glances, like, what?
Not sure it's a conversation you want to have in front of others.
Well, he knows something he wants to talk to her about later, then. I'll keep that in mind.
Gods, I wish I could just get drunk and forget about all this. Ugh, I don't want to think about any of this.
Well, you'll learn that this...
Sorry.
Well, you'll learn the sooner you accept it instead of trying to run away from it, the better you'll feel. Or should I say, the worse you'll feel in the moment and the better you'll feel later on.
Oh, I haven't felt good at all about any of the running that I've done in my life. Oh, what a suggestion. The best I've felt in a long time, Windstrummer, was drinking the cup of tea that Arthur gave me. There's a reason I drink and smoke.
Just seems like a sad existence to me.
A sad existence, is it? You're not wrong.
I'll be honest, when I ran away, even nowadays, I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about this. I mean, I'm the person I want to be, but the person I left behind is important to a lot of people.
Like your parents, right?
Yeah, like my parents.
Why did you leave them behind?
I guess at the time, it wasn't that I didn't know what I had, it's just that what I wanted kind of pulled me away. They were the only people who really treated me with any kind of real appreciation, you know, aside from the occasional friend like Maggie, but the problem was, in the same way, being around them reminded me of the person I didn't want to be anymore. The longer I stayed attached to them, the longer I would have to be the person I hated. Because the person I hated is the only thing people know me for. That's all they knew about me, was that I was the son of Amber and Ivan. So, I had to make a choice, either stay with them and live the life of, you know, being an object, or go and be someone new.
You're an
I
idiot.
miss them, but I don't miss who I was.
You're an idiot. I remember what that devil lady said. How long it's been that your parents have been looking for you? Did you even try to maintain contact with them?
If I did, then they would just come looking for me and everything would be over again. I wanted to come back to them somebody different that, all three of us could be proud of.
So instead, you just left them to wonder what happened to the child that they actually cherished and treated well. He just vanished on them one day. And
I didn't want to make them upset. I just
because they would be so much less upset by having their one and only child disappear into the night. For all they knew, Flint, you were dead!
Would it have really been so bad? Would it have really been so bad for the only gateway to the heroes of Directian to be gone? All they need to do is just carve out another door and in they go! That's all I was. I was a freaking doorway to my mom and my dad. Sure, they loved me. They maintained me. They made sure they polished the wood every single day, but you can only polish a door so much. It can only shine so much. But at the end of the day, it's still a door.
Was it your parents who did that to you, or the other people around them?
Everybody
Because
did.
You're saying two completely different things. My parents were wonderful. They treated me well, but I'm still just a doorway to the heroes of Directian. These are not matching statements.
You don't get.
Flint.
That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm saying they could only treat me so well, but at the end of the day, all I was to the world was just a door to them. That's all everybody ever saw me as.
So you punish the people who treated you best. Flint, do you know how badly I wish I had that problem? Because then, at least my family would still be my family. Your parents love you and never did anything crazy out of that love for you. From what you say about them, they were wonderful to you. And they're the ones you decided to hurt the most. There's a difference between wanting to become someone different and just being selfish. You could have at least told them that you were okay.
I just wanted to come
Oshimi
back
shakes
somewhere.
her head and just walks ahead of him.
Just wanted to come back somebody different. I didn't want to be Terran anymore.
She pauses. What was that?
I didn't want to be Terran Windstrummer anymore.
Karen Windstrummer?
It's... Talk to me, okay? If I could go back as Flint Windstrummer, if I could go back as someone who's worth more than his last name, not only would my parents be happy to see me, but I could make them proud. I was nothing when I was Terran Windstrummer. People would ask, how are your parents doing? People would ask, can we get to meet them? I didn't accomplish anything. I didn't know anything. I tried to be a musician like Dad. I just couldn't. I tried to be a protector like Mom. I just couldn't. I couldn't be anything. I tried to be someone that they could be proud of, that I could be proud of, the world could be proud of. They loved me, and I know they do, and I miss them every single day, every time they're brought up, but I'm nothing. And I just wanted to be something.
That's real interesting to hear coming out of you. It makes sense, though, given how hard you pretend to be everything and everyone except Flint. Even your little voices all the time show just how insecure you are. But here's a question for you. Would either of your parents be capable of anything that you are capable of as an alchemist?
No, but that's the problem. I only became an alchemist later in my life. Growing up, I couldn't do anything right.
No, that's not true. You couldn't be your parents. That's what you were trying to do, and that's what you were doing wrong.
Well, based on what I was told, that's all I ever could be. That's all I was ever supposed to be.
And yet here you are, as everything but. Do you know why I get so mad at your voices, Flint?
Why?
I've had to live the last 10 years of my life with more personas than I care to admit. When all I wanted was to wear my own face, be the person that I knew I could be. But you found the person you could be when you were on your own. And you're still trying to be everything but.
I guess I'm just afraid that it's gonna happen again. I'm gonna look in the mirror and I'm just not gonna like Flint either. I guess I just keep changing my voice, and it's okay. I keep changing my voice, changing my identity, changing things at this drop of a hat, because it's always good to have a backup in case history repeats itself again. If I keep changing, then I don't know. I guess it just makes me feel comfortable.
If you keep changing, then you don't have a set face, do you? Just a bunch of masks that you can switch between. What's your face look like, Flint? What's your voice sound like? Because I can tell you who and what you are that I've observed. You're a silly, goofy, loves his dumb jokes too much alchemist with a talent for medicine and demolitions. You're a passionate young man who will always put others before himself when the situation calls for it. You're also someone who is incredibly insecure and unsure of himself, even though he's already made friends around him that like who he is, not all these persona.
You see Flint slowly reach for his goggles, and he actually takes them off and puts them around his neck. And then you can actually see his face. And he actually has the same eyes as his mom.
I think this is the first time I've ever seen your eyes, Flint.
Well, if I wanted anybody to see my true face, it would be one of my closest friends.
Hoshimi looks confused.
You guys have done so freaking much for me. You guys have protected me, and you've talked to me, and you've just... I don't feel wrong when I'm around you guys. But I don't know, Just thank you. I didn't think there's anybody I could show my true horns to, my true voice to, my true eyes to. But you guys, I feel so comfortable around you guys. I feel like I matter more when I'm around all of you. I don't feel like a door or a pathway. I feel I don't know how I feel.
Hoshimi gently bops the heel of her hand on his forehead. Don't forget who it was who encouraged you to show your horns for the first time. You foolish boy.
Wouldn't have done it if you hadn't started it.
Exactly. I won't lie, there's still things about you that scare me. But I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I don't think I can trust you. And it's you, not Windstrummer. You've already found the person you are, Flint. I just think you're the only one who can't see it.
You know. Do you think Mom and Dad would still want me back after all this?
If you get your heart from them, then they'd be crazy not to.
Flint just kind of slowly walks towards you to give you a hug.
Hoshimi actually places her hand on his head.
You know, I've studied a lot of creatures and animals in my day, but I don't think I've met one as wonderful inside and out as you before.
Pretty words to be said when you've said that to 7 so much.
What can I say? I have a lot of favorites.
Now she gently now you know how sometimes a friend will just kind of bap you on the head with their knuckles? She kind of does that and stands back up from where she was kneeling. You're still an idiot, just for the record. And you're going to continue to be until you figure out what it is everyone else sees in you.
Well, and he puts his goggles back on. Guess I'll just have to keep my eyes peeled then.
By the way, try not to hug me too much. I actually am not that crazy about direct contact with people. It's kind of a culture thing.
You see Caius raise an eyebrow at that.
One word, Caius, and I will punch you in the mouth like you did to me.
I did not say a thing. And I'm shutting up.
Good boy.
All I'll say is... yeah, that was a good talk. You both get better if you both are going to continue to do this kind of stuff with each other. Get used to it. This is very standard adventurer talk. I'm not trying to say that your problems are don't mean anything. It's just, you know, it just kind of reminds me of talk with my adventuring group. We've had to hammer stuff out like this too. I think every adventuring group has to go through it.
Well, I suppose that's what friends and found family have to do, huh?
Yeah. You know, maybe that Kinione goddess is onto something.
Flint actually takes his book out again and he flips to a fresh page, and instead of drawing some kind of like exaggerated hero or some kind of like, crazy scribble or something, he actually starts to just draw a normal self-portrait of his face. And he writes Flint in the top right corner. I think I'd get used to this.
She points to the name on the paper. Keep being him. Because at the end of the day, Flint's the only one who really has to live with Flint. Let's get back to the palace.
And as you're heading to the palace, you get the message from Yuto.
Wait, what? No, she's just so surprised by that. She just says this out loud without thinking. You're sure of that?
Sure of what?
No, she holds her finger up to him.
Oh.
Oh, God. Oh, no. We need to get back to the palace and find Abigail.
Why? What's wrong?
That dear student of hers?
Yeah, Kenzen?
He visited Olwen earlier, and he gave her a flyer for frick, I forgot the name of the group again. I can't keep it in my brain.
Lothalur.
Thank you. He gave her a flyer for the Lothalur.
Wait, he's... Oh...
We have to find Abigail. We have to find Abigail immediately. She needs to know this.
Oh, crap. Yeah, let's go. Oh, gosh. This better not get out, otherwise... Oh.
Yeah, this is the last thing the Mellon family needs.